sports fans. Hey, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday. The Browns are squaring off with the Buffalo Bills right now. It's 9-7 with 2 minutes to go till halftime in the second quarter, and it's been a strange first half, to say the least. And I'll give my thoughts on all that. And so we'll call this a early games pregame slash halftime show, and I'll break down what I feel is going to happen today. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday trivia question. Which place kicker missed a last-second field goal attempt that cost the Bills a Super Bowl? I'll have the answer later in the podcast. It's Week 10 of the 2019 NFL regular season, and there's a whole lot of NFL action today. And the Browns are squaring off with the Buffalo Bills today as we speak right now, and at home at First Energy Stadium, and it's 9-7 Cleveland with 2 minutes to go till halftime. And I feel this game for the Browns today is a ever must win for the Cleveland Browns, as the last two have been, but they have been unacceptable losses. But today it's an ever must win, and I put the emphasis on must. I do that. And Kareem Hunt is back from his 8-game suspension, and that'll give the Browns some momentum. He did practice with the team this past week and will play in today's game against the Bills. And the Browns will try to snap their 4-game losing streak. And with 8 games left, as crazy as it seems, the Browns have a chance to make a run at the AFC North, and they want to and are looking to make the playoffs as well. They really want to turn this thing around. And Freddie Kitchens says they had a great week at practice, and they are ready for today's game against the Bills. And right now they're up by 2 points, 9-7, and hopefully they can come out and have a better second half, an even more productive second half, and a really better one. And Myles Garrett said, I don't see why we can't be 10-6. We have 8 more opportunities to really turn things around and really have the fundamentals chosen and find our identity. We have 8 opponents left, and any of the 3-4 plays can go either way, and the Browns want to get the swing going in the right direction, and Garrett believes this team can make a run for it. This Browns team can do it, and it could very well happen. Then again, we could all be wrong. We'll have to wait and see. But the Browns need to play with discipline today, and they need to really find their true identity, and they need to really Mayfield needs to find a connection with Odell Beckham Jr., and he needs to really not take so long. He needs to not throw that ball off his left foot. And I've said that before, Baker, and you've got to not do that. And you've got to protect the ball. And the offensive front line really needs to protect Baker Mayfield, and so does the defensive front line. And they've got to really put the pressure on the Bills' running game and the Bills' pass rush as well. And they really need to put the pressure on Bills quarterback Josh Allen. And they really, they've got to score their touchdowns in the red zone by far. They've done one, but it was 6-0 in the first quarter, but then they kicked the field goal in the second quarter, which was good. But the one touchdown that was scored, Austin Seibert missed the field goal, and that's why it's 9-7 right now. So we will see what happens in the second half. And Browns got to come out, and they got to just maintain it. They got to pad that lead and really get it going. So let's do it, boys. We got to win this game today. So I'm going to break down. I'm going to go over all the early games in just a sec and all the late games in just a sec. But first, I'm going to go back to one that's already been played. Actually, we'll do that in just a sec. But right now, I'm going to do the picks of the week. My brother-in-law and I both took the Chargers, but Oakland beat them by 2 Thursday night, so we both lost on that one. We both picked the Browns, and we picked KC to win over Tennessee. And I picked Tampa Bay to win over Buffalo. My brother-in-law took the Cardinals. excuse me. We've both taken the Giants, excuse me. We've both taken the Giants over the Jets. We picked New Orleans to win over Atlanta. Baltimore to win over Cincy. Green Bay to win over Carolina. I've taken Chicago to beat Detroit. My brother-in-law has taken the Lions, or the Bears, Chicago. We both have taken Chicago. Excuse me. We both agree on that one. That's what we agreed on. We both have taken Indianapolis, the Rams. I've taken Dallas, and he's taken Minnesota, so we have two that we don't agree on this week. So we have two. And we've both taken the 49ers for Monday night's game. And I'm going to break down all the early games in just a second, all the late games. I'm sorry I have to say that again. But I want to go over the game that was Thursday night. The Oakland Raiders beat the LA Chargers by 2 at 26-24 at Oakland Company Coliseum in their final primetime game Thursday night. And to go to advance their record to advance their record to 5 and I think it's they wanted to advance their record. I think there are 5 and they're 5 and 5. They've evened up their record, and the Chargers fell to 4 and 6. Sorry for that little dead time there. And Derek Carr and Joshua Jacobs both got the game balls for that one. And so, but the Chargers had a chance, but they just could not do it. And the Raiders pulled got within 2, and they managed to get the win. Right now, so my brother and I, we both started out with a loss. We're 0-1 right now, but we have the same record on the picks. The New York Giants are taking on the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium in New York City right now. The Atlanta Falcons are squaring off with the New Orleans Saints at Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The Chiefs and Titans are squaring off at LP Field in Nashville, Tennessee. And I just feel the Chiefs are going to have the edge in that game today. The Saints are going to have the edge in the Falcons-Saints game, and the Giants have the edge in the Giants-Jets game. And the Ravens are taking on the Bengals at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And I feel the Ravens are going to have the edge in that one. The Browns are taking on the Bills, as I mentioned, at First Energy Stadium at home. And I think the Browns are going to get the win this one today. They want to win. They're sick of losing, and they want to turn this thing around. So I think they're going to get the win. The Arizona Cardinals are taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Raymond J. Stadium in Tampa Bay. And I feel Tampa Bay is going to have the edge because they're playing at home. And my brother-in-law is taking the Cardinals. He feels the Cardinals are going to have the edge. The Detroit Lions are taking on the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago. These are the late games that I'm talking about right now. And we both feel Chicago has the edge in that game. The Green Bay Packers are taking on the Carolina Panthers at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And my brother-in-law Eric Coyle and I feel that the Packers have the edge in that one. The Indianapolis Colts are taking on the 1-7 Miami Dolphins at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. We both feel the Colts have the edge in that one. The LA Rams are taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. But my brother-in-law Eric Hall and I, we feel the Rams are going to have the edge in that game tonight by far. And for Sunday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys are battling out the Minnesota Vikings at AT&T Stadium in Big D in Dallas, Texas. And I feel the Cowboys, with them being in Big D, are going to have the edge in this game. But my brother-in-law is going with Minnesota to win this one. He's taking a long shot. And the Monday Night Football game tomorrow night. the big matchup, the only unbeaten team, the San Francisco 49ers, will battle out the Seattle Seahawks at Levi Stadium in San Francisco tomorrow night. And the Seahawks are going to try to beat the 49ers, but they have not beaten the 49ers, I think, in the last 3-4 meetings, so we'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow night. That should be one heck of a game. And those are basically the games for today. And right now it's time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday trivia question. Which place kicker missed a last-second field goal attempt that cost the Bills a Super Bowl? And if you said Scott Norwood, you are correct. And that was in 1991 when that happened. Scott Norwood is best known for missing a last-second game-winning field goal attempt at the end of Super Bowl 25, and that cost the Bills the Super Bowl, and that's why. And then they also lost 2 more after that, and they are 0-4 in the big one right now. And when they did those Super Bowls, they were under head coach Marv Levy. So now I have another trivia question on my next broadcast, which will be tomorrow night on Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football post-game show, pre-game show, excuse me. So stay tuned for that. Now, getting back to today's game with the Browns and the Bills, I feel that this game, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, this is an ever must win for the Browns today, and I put the emphasis on win, on must, and because it is a must win for the Browns today. But I feel that now we do have T.J. Carey, I think, was injured as I was coming in, pulling in my driveway. He was injured, and they were checking him. So, I'll give you an update on him on the post-game show, the early games, post-game show, late games, pre-game show. And Demarius Randall is still out with an injury, and we have, I think, a few other guys out with injury, but mainly we've got a lot of our guys back. It's just a lot of guys in the secondary that are out with injuries, and we hope to get them back soon. But I feel the Browns are going to have the edge in today's game, so we'll see what happens. And I think we're up 9-7 right now. They've got to come out and really pad that lead and not blow it. You got to not blow it, boys, and I feel you're going to do just that. But you got to not blow that lead, and you've got to make the plays when they count, especially in the final seconds of the fourth quarter, to come away with the win. So you've got the home crowd behind you. Let's get our first home win of the season today. Let's do it, boys. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 early games, pregame / halftime show. I'll be back with the Scott Sports 101 early games, post-game show, late games, pregame show once the Browns-Bills game has concluded and all the early games have concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.